We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. If I had music, we'd have the battle hymn of the Republic in the background. Everybody wants to sell the fact. What fact is it that y'all are selling out there? Is it the fact that the guy in charge just made the biggest power play in the history of finance with these meme coins, which is universally misunderstood? Is that the fact we're selling? Oh, God, I hope not. Oh, God, I hope not. Now, we also have some funny thing that happened today, a currency adjustment. Namely, the dollar went down. Other currencies went up. Imagine that. Imagine that. Now, that has to do with tariffs happening or not happening. But capital markets started functioning today. And regarding meme coins, we used to have silver coins, and then we went to paper bills, and the heads of kings used to be on the silver coins, and then we went to deceased presidents on the paper bills. Not to take anything away from deceased presidents, but if we can go with paper of people from deceased, why is it that we can't go with digital forms of people who are in power now? Making Toby Ward's prediction about celebrity meme coins coming true. She actually made that when we were doing like Mother and Daddy. Now we're doing Mr. President and the First Lady. And everybody wants to sell crypto. Oh my God, they're crashing crypto. Because JEETs move from one sector or one exchange to the other. It's like windshield wipers, excuse me. Right? Back and forth, back and forth. Meanwhile, the nature of money has just changed. The dollar went lower. The orange man, it doesn't matter if you like him, but he has made himself clear. His DeFi project is like Michael Saylor, like mini. It's like mini Mike out there buying Chainlink, buying DeFi, getting everybody going, letting Wall Street know what's going to be happening in the future. And yet, somehow, crypto bros managed to get themselves bearish as my prediction came true that the only way to really get this market going was to get Melania involved. First, I thought it was going to be like an orange accessory. You know, I'm such a boomer, right? It's like, oh, yeah, you know, go to a department store, get yourself a nice pair of like, you know, orange high heels. Oh my God, shows what I know. How about a $5 billion meme coin? How's that? Accessorize. Wow. Well, I got a lesson in accessorizing, but I don't need a lesson in capital markets. I don't need a lesson in New York style power plays where meme coins get released in the face of a large gathering of everybody who thinks they're important and owns the orange man. I just released a meme coin without you. Probably the only person who wasn't upset about that was Michael Saylor, because he's like, bro, I am the Bitcoin meme, so I'm good. You carry on. Everybody else got told, I'll do this without you. Panama Canal, ooh, you know, it's like this guy says it's happening, and we want to sell the fact. Sell the fact that he says it's happening. Sell the fact that, you know, they've tried to get rid of this guy for how long, how many times? Well, he's got crypto in his corner, and we have him in our corner for an industry to grow out of $37 trillion in debt and, more importantly, lower the value of the dollar. The only way out of a debt problem is to do what? Change the value of the currency. So Bitcoin's off to the races. Melania sends the market, right? Everybody gets the green flag. Naturally, the JEETs all selling, everybody out, everybody sell the fact, sell the inauguration, sell the election. You have no idea who's buying your crypto. People are buying your crypto, and they are never going to put it back in circulation. Maybe until the day it has to become universal basic income in some Skynet-based future, but we're not there now, right? We're talking about the battle hymn of the Republic, human freedom. We're talking about crypto, right? If the currency doesn't work, give them something that does. They gave you 2 currencies in 48 hours to be accepted at, I don't know, hotels, casinos, barbershops, nail salons, wherever. They gave you new forms of money. And they also told you that they'll move the crypto market themselves if they have to. So if you, not you, but you crusty hedge funds that want the bearish end of the world, or you investment houses that don't think, an investment portfolio needs to include crypto, Web3, or the future, well, you just got told. And the Orange Man will undoubtedly be making speech after speech after speech where he tells you World Liberty and Michael Saylor will buy in tandem. And these meme coins, mark my words, if they retrace 62% of their initial up moves and hold, so let's not get totally wild. It's not a bull market until you can buy a dip and make money. And you write this down, timestamp it. If you can buy a big dip in those meme coins and it holds, those meme coins are now money. They are now currency. You don't have to like it. You don't have to not like it. Mr. Market will tell you. It's like Sheeb would go up and then, French restaurants start accepting Sheeb. Oh, well, then Sheeb must be money, right? We have dogs. We have cats. We have hippos. Let me ask you something funny. What would happen if those 2 meme coins pulled a winner take all? Meaning, if memes are about attention, if memes are about community, who's got a bigger community than the Orange Man? Seen the electoral map from the election? I don't happen to have it up in front of me, but that's a pretty big community if you ask me. That's a rabid community. And a lot of people who bought that on debit card for the inauguration, yeah, they're not selling. They're not selling. So, yeah, there are issues on who controls the supply and blah, blah, blah. You got the same problem with the dollar or worse. So we just got 2 new forms of money. Now, if they crash and go to zero, well, meme coins crash and go to zero all the time. But what if they don't? This is the question people are not asking themselves. What happens if that stuff is money? What happens if it's, and again, I do this every time, so it's a tradition now, euro, yen, sterling, Aussie dollar, right? Euro, yen, sterling, Aussie dollar, Swiss franc, Canadian dollar, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Trump, and Melania. Everyone says we want women in crypto. Where are the women in crypto? It's all crypto bros. Where are they? Where are the women in crypto? It's 95% men. There's no women in crypto. Where are they? Guess what? You just got yourself a $5 billion meme coin. Rock on. Rock on. See that outfit she was wearing at the inauguration today? That's a power move. It's a power move. Where does power lie? For the first time in history, it lies with crypto. It lies with the alternative form of money. And everyone's selling. Everyone is a Jeet. Everyone is selling. Why? You don't sell this fact. You buy it. You buy more and you are grateful. You're like, oh, God, thank God they keep selling this thing. God, they can't sell it fast enough. Right? What happens tomorrow when the ETF opens up? Do you realize that Coinbase never released $50 in Solana because I tried to get after Melania, the coin, that is. Never released it. Right? I was like, that's interesting. Solana Network seems to be doing just fine. It's funny how I couldn't get over there. Amazing. It's a little like head tilt. Like, what do you think's going to happen when they put that stuff on centralized exchanges? What do you think's going to happen, again, if people can buy the dip and make money? Where's the profits going to go? Well, maybe they'll go for the grocery budget. You never know, right? Put a little jingle in people's pocket. Happy Inauguration Day, right? Or maybe it all eventually winds up in Bitcoin. Just like most likely a lot of that NFT money that people didn't keep as collectibles wound up in ETH or other coins. You don't know, right? He just pulled hundreds of millions of dollars into the ecosystem to the point where he was breaking layer ones, which, by the way, should increase the value of every single other layer one that doesn't break, like Solana. So he increased the value of networks that don't work. He introduced two forms of money, and he just got sworn in. And we're all selling. No, we're not. Not the market update nation. No way. No way. Trading dips, being nimble, managing risk. Okay. Selling, being bearish, being a smart ass, whining about meme coins. Absolutely no way. No way. And by the way, happy Martin Luther King Day to everybody out there. Can you imagine what would have happened if that guy would have had something like Twitter? We could have heard from him every day. So if you want a roadmap in crypto and you want the coins that I gave you and Toby Ward gave you at the low. So she gave you the coins and I gave you the TA at the low. In the QR code, in the description down below, members printing, heads on straight. They got their portfolios, their ideas. They're getting smarter every day. Everyone wants you to join their service because they say you're dumb and you need to listen to me. I want you to join my service because you're smart and you're going to get smarter because you're going to read our work. That's me, Toby Ward, the Eagle King. And then you're just going to get better and better and better because you're going to know what coins, you're going to know when coins, and you're most of all, you're going to understand why we are here. Patreon is the middle tier offering, the group that started it all, near and dear to my heart. That is our middle tier offering. They got 6th Street Crypto podcast last night and Melania and Trump TA exclusive newsletter. Don't just get one, get them both. Don't forget LuxAlgo, the chart software. Don't let me forget to show you the Cardano chart because Cardano is next along with XRP. And there's a Bill Noble Elliott Wave tool that you can get along with that. Okay, let's welcome who's here. Bob M. Alexandra from Europe, welcome. The Orange Man saves the euro. Randall Dance, good morning. What's going on? Philip, Bull Runner, Art from the airport. Welcome, sir. Crypto Keeter, right? Darn, the Orange Man didn't mention BTC. Well, you're right. He didn't, but did he have to? Did he have to? I think he pretty much took the entire 48-hour period prior to his inauguration to devote it to crypto. And crypto Twitter sold. I mean, what does he have to do? All right. Randall, crypto. Gregory, Ave Medina, welcome. Andrew, GT, right? XCN partnership, very interesting. The Fuzz crypto notes that we are at 19,900 subscribers. We are closing in on 20K. So if you need a roadmap in crypto, subscribe to this channel. Farmer Sam Forrest looking for the banana singularity. Welcome. K9 Crypto. Scott K. Andrew. Welcome to the show. Felix. Yeah, man. I think I'm ready to go. We have somebody coming in from a far off land. Yo, Jay Barbie in the house. Chatty Man, welcome. Green Limb. The bull run is over. Ooh. The bull run is over. Chase Wright. News. Let's go. Now, just in case anybody doesn't understand what's happening here, this individual is now president of the United States. He created his own form of money 2 nights before getting in office, out of nowhere when no one was thinking about it, and he brought his wife along with it. So I'm going to make money, literally. And he also believes that a higher power saved him, increasing his determination. So you don't have to like him, and you don't have to believe what he thinks about who saved him or who didn't. However, I would not advise blowing him off. I would not ignore someone who thinks that they're here because God put them there. I'm just saying, right? It's like, sell the fact. You're selling the fact that a guy that they tried to ruin is now back with the help of crypto bros and the Almighty. If you're new to crypto, listen up. Donald Trump refers to the Trump effect. Bitcoin has shattered one record high after another. So he didn't mention it today in the inauguration address, because I don't know that pumping your bags is a part of what that's supposed to be about. But the issue was addressed. It's just not enough, because every time he says it, the market goes down for whatever stupid reason. One day, that's not going to work. In the meantime, I can wait. I waited 6 years. My first job, the company got put out of business because a certain Web 2 company wouldn't run ads about anything related to crypto. So our little newsletter service didn't go anywhere. Nobody knew about it. Back in the days before Twitter. Okay? So the Trump effect is here. Everyone knows about it. You're hearing about crypto from the presidential pulpit. This is happening. Like, this has been 6 years in the making, and everyone's looking to run out the door. No way. This is when you're supposed to run in the door. The company of the 47th president of the United States just brought $47 million in Bitcoin, tweets Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor, the only guy at the crypto meeting smart enough to wear an orange tie. Trump's World Liberty Financial buying $50 million of crypto right now. Oh, gee, Link, Aave, Tron. Looks like they want to do DeFi. Gee, you think World Liberty Financial is going to scare some people at Wall Street as they get bigger and bigger and bigger? Like, you want to hear something crazy? You want crazy? I'll give you crazy. How about this? Ready? Melania and Trump. Gold, silver, like money. World Liberty Financial. Ready? Kind of like the new Fed or the new Treasury, where every time World Liberty does something and those meme coins jump around, crypto goes jump around. Everyone's like, oh, it's great when we have influencers. Yeah, it's awesome when they're on YouTube. Aren't these guys cool? Now we got an influencer who's the president of the United States and his lovely wife, First Lady, who, frankly, is probably one of the most powerful people on the planet and seems to be very likable, which is more than you can say for a lot of public figures, don't you think? So, the new gold, the new silver, and the new Fed, and we're all selling. You got to be kidding me, right? The whole world, they just onboarded everybody. I mean, who are we going to wait to onboard everybody in crypto? Walmart? The deep state? The banks? No. They just went around all those people while they were at a cocktail party. The meaning, right? The stars and stripes, the battle hymn of the Republic, a New York 80s style play. Can't stop crying. Carrie Underwood. Oh, forget about it. God bless America. The instant he was sworn in, Trump's project, 47 million in Bitcoin. Dollar falls after Wall Street Journal report that Trump won't impose tariffs on his first day. Again, the Soros hedge fund guy, right? He's getting good advice. It's like, hey, man, we're going to use crypto to create the heyday of when free markets were actually free. What happens if the Trump meme coins, free capital markets? The dollar adjusts. Bitcoin can adjust. ETH wakes up. People start building Web3. He scared everybody. He's like, you know what? You don't build Web3, right? We're going to have the future of money, yet I can't get $50 out of Coinbase. How much work do we have to do on Web3? A lot. How undervalued is Web3? I don't know. Does anybody even talk about Web3 anymore? He literally just forced you to do it. He forced you to do it, which is amazing, right? So back to the problems, right? So everyone's like, oh my God, there are all these problems. He gives you an answer 2 days before entering office, and everyone hates it. But, we could sit here and talk about the bad news, like, as the Fed continues to not support the mortgage market, that there's less incentives for banks to make loans. So the currency doesn't work. The Fed doesn't work. The banks don't work. How about something that does work? Oh, I'm so upset. Melania came out and my bags went down for 4 hours. Yeah, because he's trying to fix the currency so we can fix the country. So some person in an apartment who needs a house or a better job can get one, because the primary job of government is to protect the people. If he tries to use a meme coin to do it, is that so bad? I mean, we have a hippo coin that doesn't serve any particular purpose other than it's a fun hippo coin. Yet when somebody do something meaningful with crypto to solve whatever problem this creates, oh, I guess it's terrible. Canada said the response to tariffs will be the single largest blah, 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 blah. You know what? I'm glad the Canadians are upset. You know what? It's a nation born on frozen ice playing hockey. And there's nothing I like better than a Canadian dropping the gloves, ready to fight for Canada, right? Because I'm not sure who's been fighting for Canada all these years, right? I'm glad the Canadians are standing up for themselves. Maybe their currency will go back up. Maybe our currency can adjust. Maybe Donald Trump's not as dumb as you think he is. The U.S. debt ceiling crisis is back. Okay, Yellen announced that the U.S. will hit the debt limit tomorrow. Yellen has advised extraordinary measures after wrecking the place for, I don't know how long she was at the Fed, but it's like, oh yeah, we need extraordinary measures after I destroyed the place, printed money for no reason, and then went along with whatever scheme has been going on for the last year. And the orange man, while a private citizen, tries to change all of that. He spoke at crypto conventions. Everyone wants to sell. He issues his own form of money that he wants to put in poor people's pockets, and we all want to sell. Yet, somehow, we tolerated this nonsense for years. We're not tolerating it anymore. Not at the ballot box, but more importantly, not in capital markets. Capital markets. $1 billion in crypto longs and shorts liquidated in the past 24 hours. You know what you needed to do the last 24 or 48 hours? Is every time they sold it, you needed to laugh. That they were selling the fact, that they were trying to get leverage, that they were greedy, that they missed a meme coin. They didn't think about what it meant for the next 10 years. Also, with these meme coins, a lesson has been provided in technical analysis that even if there is a strong uptrend, you will get a 50% or 62% retracement. As a matter of fact, you hope you do, because that's what you get in a healthy market. In crypto, we've never seen healthy markets. We see, 20x and then 90% down and 3 years off before we go to the next 20x. And everyone is at the point where they think they're entitled to that. When you're going to actually have to work, trade, invest, buy the dip, and most succinctly, you got to have conviction, right? When some guy gets up and says, you know what, I believe a higher power put me here, you can make fun of that until the cows come home. He's got conviction. What is your conviction? What is your level of conviction about this market? Barter, gold, fiat, digital, Bitcoin, XRP, made in America. Made in America. Oh my God. Like, the Orange Man just showed you what made in America can be worth. It was like a science project, or it's like a school project. Hey, here's my finance project. What's American made money worth? Oh, look, here's an example. We have a baseline. Made in America money. Will I ever shut up about it? No. The USA House is here at Davos. I don't know. The Hedera guys, this will undoubtedly be very favorable. I'm sure they'll love it up in Davos, but I'm loving it, man. Looks like one of my thumbnails. You got the Eagle King, the American flag, and a Hedera logo. More, please. More. Okay, 200 executive orders tomorrow. Lots of executive orders. What we need is the market to move in the direction that this guy is guiding us. Who is the influencer, right? The executive order is that we need capital markets to reflect reality and help the people. That executive order was given with 2 meme coins last night. I'm sure this is all interesting, right? I'm sure the Department of Government Efficiency will be interesting, as Elon Musk can demonstrate that he's actually a patriotic American and not just a Mars astronaut. I'm looking forward to it. But we already got told. Okay? There is a very important reason why Trumps are launching Trump and Melania so fast before the inauguration. And whether you love them or you don't, they wanted to do it so they didn't violate the Constitution and get in trouble again. See, this is what I'm talking about, right? Oh, there has to be another reason. Oh, it's got to be a scam. It can't be right. I'm too smart for this. These guys could not have pulled this kind of power move. I'm the one that's supposed to tell everybody what's going on with crypto. No, actually, you're not. You're not the president of the United States, right? His job is to fight inflation and defend the currency. If they've trashed the currency, he just issued a new one, while simultaneously encouraging you to buy whatever else is out there. This is the greatest crypto adoption stunt ever. I mean, the entire planet goes to Las Vegas, exchanges fiat for chips, and goes and plays. Loses all the chips. And a whole industry is built off this. In this case, you might be exchange your dollars for this currency, and who knows? Maybe you could hand it down to your children. Did you ever think of that? Everyone's like, wow, I wish I was smart enough to buy Bitcoin back in 2014. You went to a cocktail party at an investment bank in 2014 and said, I'm buying Bitcoin, they would have escorted you out. They would have escorted you out, which is exactly what happened in this case. Everyone's like, wow, I want to be one of the original innovators. Man, can you imagine if I could have bought Bitcoin when it had a $3 billion market cap? I mean, they were falling over themselves to buy certain meme coins at stratospheric market caps. Memes are about attention, at least so I'm told. They're about attention. They're about community. They're about power. I submit to you this. Forgot to say, what's good for memes is good for Bitcoin, says CZ. Well said, brother, but let me just tell you right now, I didn't forget to say it. This is a palatable, understandable commercial for this. Michael Saylor can make a case. Michael Saylor can make a graph. Michael Saylor makes unbelievable PowerPoint presentations. But to a bunch of guys in a barber shop or a nail salon, this makes more sense, right? All of a sudden, this comes out and everybody Googles, how do I buy crypto? Has any other influencer done that overnight? No, they haven't, right? I mean, Ben Johnson did it and really never got any credit for it. I mean, at the time he did. He got 1 million followers, but he wasn't president. He wasn't president, right? This guy can do it from a level where everyone's going to remember the day crypto was born again. Okay. So Trump just mentioned, right, that $47 million for his inauguration. It has been said for anyone who was keeping track for the betting markets. It has been said. Now, I love this. Crypto Quant is now reporting that XRP whales are getting ready to sell. Okay, so I'm sure people need to pay bills. I'm sure they need to take profits. You know, I understand that, especially if you had capital trapped in XRP for a lot of years. But listen to me. Look, when XRP whales sell, they're going to sell that to the entire world, possibly including foreign entities who are going to need to get on board with American-made crypto. I'm serious. Banks, foreign banks. You're going to sit on XRP for 6 years and dump it when the American-made crypto president comes in office at the price it was at in 2018. I mean, if it was like, at $1 trillion market cap and you want to exit, okay, fine. Don't you see? Every article is about selling. They're so addicted to the negativity. They're so addicted to the drama. They're so addicted to the Dalio down in the mouth that they can't think like an 18-year-old. You got to think like an 18-year-old. You're like, oh, man, this is cool. Let's go. That's it. Now, does that make me a zealot? I don't know. Does that mean I'm getting into the noise? I don't think so. I think it means I'm listening to the signal. The signal is we need a new form of money, and everyone's trying to get off the train, right? Except for the orange man and his lovely wife. Wait until you see what we do tomorrow at World Liberty Financial. Gee, do you think these guys understand the idea of news flow and ongoing catalysts? I wonder. 109K, right? Now, remember, don't get too ridiculous on the downside and don't get too ridiculous on the upside, okay? It helps keep your head level. Now, let's talk about Trump meme coin TA, all right? So this is Melania, and let's go to 30 minutes. Now, if I'm looking at this correctly, and if these prices are correct, it would appear that the Melania coin, because Coinbase won't let anybody buy it, has gone to the 62% retracement of its overall up move around $5. Isn't that interesting? It's not a bull market until you can buy a dip and make money. How fascinating. Now, official Trump moving to a 30-minute chart. And believe it or not, the 50% retracement level was Toby Ward's choice for this year, interestingly enough. And the orange man's coin has done 50% at 38. And it would be even more interesting if they did 62% at 30. In other words, I would understand in a meme coin if you wanted to sell the fact, right? Because it's about attention. It's an inauguration. It's an event. There are speeches. The catalyst dies down. But let me ask you something. If they drop this thing and this becomes, just doing your standard TA, right? This becomes like your ABC correction. Can't find the Elliott wave stuff. Okay. Maybe it becomes an ABC, an ABC correction. They take out this low. Oh, they run a few stops, maybe. I don't know. Or not. Or not. Maybe 50% at 38 is it. Maybe you got a DCA. You got to do like 38 and 28. I submit to you this. What happens if this is wave 1 up, wave 2 down, and wave 3 is coming? Now, I know that how you calculate the market cap of this monster is a little strange. I do know this. If you have Doge of Dogecoin, it's a Dogecoin, trading at a roughly $60 billion market cap, I don't have any problem with this being at 100 million. I don't. Because, they tried to stop him and he couldn't. And now you got this guy on the tape every single day. Do you have a Dogecoin or WIF or Bonk Catalyst on the tape every single day? Positive or negative? Oh, yeah. And he's got his own social media platform, Truth Social. So no one can shut him off. It's unbelievable, right? In some ways, as I say that, it's almost laughable saying, well, should I get it at 38 or 29? Somehow it feels like, Toby Ward at the 50% retracement at 38 and Melania with the 62% retracement. This is worth $1.5 billion. People were buying. I was in love with Pudgy Penguins at $2.5 billion. I was like, oh yeah, this is perfect. Like, how long do you think it's going to take for somebody to release a Melania Trump doll dressed in that power outfit with the hat today? How long do you think that's going to take before that comes out, one way or the other? I don't know how they do it. I mean, you got to be kidding me with this, right? I mean, she came out with that accent in Madison Square Garden and said, hello, New York. And I was like, oh my God, all she's got to do is say Bitcoin and it's over. What happens if charities start accepting this? First ladies do a lot of charity. Again, on Melania, I was literally on this theme from the beginning. The husband and wife crypto event, just like Unhinged Crypto, a man and a woman talking about crypto. There is nothing more powerful. Crypto bros haven't figured it out. I'm glad to say, not husband and wife, but we were here first. And the orange man can do it bigger and better. Charles Hotchkiss reminding you that this is why we did blah, 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 blah with Cardano, so that Cardano doesn't theoretically break when everybody wants to trade on it. I'm pretty sure people would have paid $100 gas fee to get involved in those meme coins last night. In fact, I know they would have. So, I don't know, man. I don't know if there's any way to socialize Vitalik and clean him up or do something about that, but layer ones are too cheap. Layer ones are too cheap. I mean, I can't believe he's that smart to think that they would break Solana and demonstrate that any layer one that actually worked under that kind of stress should be worth 2, 3, 5, or 10 times what it's worth right now. Has anyone thought about this? I don't think they have, which is why you watch the show, which is why you subscribe to the channel, which is why you're in the premium VIP group on YouTube and on Patreon. So when we do a podcast, you can hear about these things 3 days before I talk about them on the market update, or 3 days before people figuring them out in the market. And the thing that's funny is I don't think anyone's figured this out yet. So we told our members, we're telling you, we'll tell everybody who listened. Okay? We'll tell anybody who will listen, right? It's not sell the fact. The fact is so bullish. Selling should only come into play if you've reached a technical analysis target or you have a bill to pay. You don't just, oh, well, this is clearly over. No, that is not the right attitude for 2025 at all. At all. Wait, Google search volumes for buy crypto and buy Solana have surged? What? The general public is searching about decentralized trading. Now, how do you suppose that would have occurred otherwise? because they couldn't do it with Bonk. They couldn't do it with Whiff. They couldn't do it with Goat. They couldn't do it with Fart. Boy, legacy hated Fart. Are they really going to hate Trump and Melania? But the thing is, Trump and Melania could like be winner take all. Like you're going to have the AI agent, subsector. But how are you going to be a big meme coin and compete with those two? Especially if they become money, right? Oh my God. Solana breaks all records. Somebody called Multicoin Capital and increased their computer budget. That's like, right? World Liberty Financial continues to get involved with ETH. It's like, I need to buy worldliberty.eth and social skills for Vitalik.eth. Somebody help that guy. Melania is coming to Kraken. It's so important, we won't let you buy it until it gets to our centralized exchange. It's amazing, right? Maybe it's a meme coin that they actually will help people instead of dumping it on their heads like everything else these characters have listed. Imagine that. Crypto exchanges helping their customers, changing the value of currencies worldwide. Notice, not really mentioned in the press release, but that's good because that's my niche in the world. Meanwhile, back at the Bitcoin ranch, El Salvador continues to indiscriminately buy as the Americans sell the fact. Yeah, sell to World Liberty Financial, BlackRock, and Michael Saylor. Thank you for shopping. Governments will race to build Bitcoin strategic reserves. I hope so, because you can't seem to figure out what to do with my $50 in Solana. But again, this was a joke before the election. This was never going to happen. If I had said to you 2 weeks before the election that not only are they going to win in a landslide, but they're going to issue in a surprise fashion meme coins the day before they get inaugurated, would that be bullish or bearish? What would you have said? You would have been like, oh my God, this is the most bullish thing I've ever seen. Let me get all the spare change out of the washing machine and the cushions of the couch and get involved in this market. Yet, all we do is sell. All we do is sell, right? Cheats go from one thing to the other. Okay, fine. That's asset allocation, whatever. Asset allocation is fine. The major theme that drives the market for months and years, yeah, that's what you got to get right, right? That's what you got to get right. Because if you get that right, you get your head right, even if you do a losing trade, you go, okay, no problem. Losing trade, what did I learn? Back to it. Back to it. Now, I lost this. So conveniently, there were news headlines today that the guys from ChatGPT have artificial general intelligence, seemingly making that official today, along with the Skynet robot running dog and other various interesting things about technology, which will undoubtedly help humanity, right before Skynet makes its inevitable appearance. Now, while we have things like this, it's worth playing the video to note that you got to do everything you can do to be sovereign, to protect yourself, right? Not just from, a power outage or, a home invader. Something you can do to just make sure you're a part of the future, that you're participating in the future of money, because obviously, as you can see, they're building, jogging Terminators and their pet dog as fast as they humanly can. Okay. Here's the Eagle King. Here's the Eagle King with the news article about the Ph.D. level intelligence coming soon. It's a problem for jobs. It's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. Every time they have these things about human beings getting put out of business, here's what I have to say. What happens if human beings create crypto and crypto trading, even if it's considered gambling in the beginning, as kind of a survival or economic mechanism. You know, futures trading used to be the goal of everybody down at the Chicago Board of Trade in the 80s and the 90s. Everybody would work a side hustle and then go and try to rent a badge and go in the pit and trade futures, right? We got to make our own world. We got to make our own money. We got to make our own metaverse. Plus, what currency is Skynet going to use to trade? Maybe Skynet will have its own currency. Maybe Skynet will think crypto makes sense. Or maybe instead of, you know, presidents of the past, we'll have presidents of the president present as money. Okay? Whatever you're doing, work faster. Do it faster. Do it faster. I mean, if this doesn't get you motivated to get moving on your future, US spot Bitcoin ETFs bought 18,000 Bitcoin when 3,100 were mined. The orange man wants every single Bitcoin in the world made in America. What do you think that's going to mean for a new ICO boom, right? People can say, oh, our coin was made in America. Our coin was headquartered in America. How many of those do you think they have to issue? Everyone's like, oh, well, you know, my dog coin isn't doing well. Well, dude, maybe they'll have an American dog coin, right? Or maybe we'll have a coin that actually is attached to something that builds Web3. Who knows? Maybe all of that's got to be made in America, like quickly, right? How fast can venture capitalists in Wall Street move? I don't know. Trump and Melania did it in 48 hours. What's everyone else's excuse? World Liberty secures ENS addresses. We're going to drill for oil. I don't know what you want to call it. You want to call it an executive order. You want to call it an emergency. You want to call it whatever you want to call it. We're drilling for oil. We're buying Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? We're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to watch baseball. We're going to go and watch an 80s movie remake. We're going to pick our girl up in a convertible. We're going to get married. We're going to get a house. This is happening. We're doing it. Yet everyone sells the fact. If you sold the fact on Ronald Reagan, it didn't work out good. You eventually got a correction 7 years later. 7 years later. Trump meme coin seen as a positive signal for crypto. Huh. This is being taken as a sign that Trump's pledge to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world will be honored. Huh. Really? I didn't hear anything about that on crypto Twitter or from crypto influencers for that matter. Speaking of influencers, switching green dots to orange. Houston, this is the Apollo rocket ship. Request permission to launch. Launch. Solana experiencing a bit of network congestion. You guys might want to fix that. By the way, did I mention the memes might be good for Bitcoin? It's unbelievable. And here's the thing about the Ph.D. in intelligence. The expected advancements help explain why somebody said, right, publicly traded AI, talking publicly about how AI replacing mid-level software engineer jobs and other jobs this year. Please start looking at crypto. Look at it. Because if you're curious, as one commentator says, you can look at this AI and crypto thing together as a massive net human positive. I saw them selling virtuals this morning. I mean, they were just, it was like they were it's like throwing a bowling ball out of a window. They're like, oh, I just don't want it anymore. We'll go over the charts. It's unbelievable. All right, let's see where this market is. Okay, so Bitcoin is up 2%. This is midday on Inauguration Day. So Bitcoin is up 2%. Everything is coming off. We're doing, some organic sell the fact. That's fine. Okay, this is the XRP daily chart. We'll go over what stuff looks like. Okay, you had a big move up in things like Arrow, and I'm sure we're going to have tons of volatility because I'm sure people are, I don't know, they're probably a little exhausted, to be honest. Okay, let's see what we got going on here in Trump land. Let's make sure we're checking the so Trump is finding a home around 8 billion. That seems to that comes to mind the market cap of Pepe. At least that's what's out there. Melania hanging out around $6. I think Melania around $5 will be actually very relevant. Believe it or not, the speculative sectors lead the market. Believe it or not. These are the new speculative sectors, like it or not. Okay, Solana, there's your Toby Ward 50% retracement down to 230. Interesting, right? Solana will be rewarded or be punished based on how it performs as a network. You are now the network for the future of money. Hopefully you have your stuff together. Okay, ETH doesn't move. Don't even know if I can chart it anymore. I think this is becoming a stable coin. I really hope not. Okay, Cardano. Seems like people were very interested in buying the dip on a 4-hour chart. That could actually be very bullish. You better watch out for these American-made cryptos once speeches and things starts happening, right? We had the strong statement for the inauguration that was like extremely bold. Yeah, like a foreign policy, the heck with the left kind of thing. And, the crypto speech is coming and everybody wants to sell. Okay, so you got the 13 top on the short-term chart, 4-hour chart of Algorand. Algorand was not a tactical favorite, but long-term, how can it not be good? How can it not be good? Okay, XRP. Some stiff resistance at around $3.40. What happens if they take it out? You might also get a dip to $2.50 in the event they take this whole sell the fact thing to an extreme. Honestly, XRP seems to be above support, and I'm not seeing any real reason for $2.50 at all. Matter of fact, if you got Melania and the Trump coin holding big technical support levels, again, in my opinion, that's the new indicator. By the way, right, everybody gets this analysis in Patreon. They get the charts, and we'll be covering it on podcasts and special videos in the YouTube member area. So please do check that out. Please do check that out, because I have no idea what the rationale is for being bearish. I would think you want to get your hands on as much constructive, let's call it navigation, as possible. So Cardano, let's see. You have Solana having its moment in the sun, sort of. You have Charles Hodgkins advising the president of the United States, and the mild resistance is at $1.30, but the big one is up at $2. By the way, meanwhile, back at the Web3 ranch, total crypto market cap, total altcoin market cap continues to knock on the door of that $1 trillion mark. In research, you get paid for imagination. I understand we're at resistance. I understand people have made money. I understand the market has been volatile, and I understand if you wanted to exit. I get it. Volatility can make people sick. It can just make you tired. But the thing is, if they're just building up the energy and Melania and Trump lead Web3 out of the gate. After what you saw the last 2 days, how big can that rally be? Are we saying that we can't have big rallies in crypto anymore? That it's over? What are we saying? Everyone's like, oh, I'm tired of crypto. It's not as volatile like the old days. Well, how'd you like the last 3 days, bro? This is like, oh my God, this is like 2016 type stuff. We got like trading view alerts going off. You're waking up in the middle of the night going, oh my God, what is this? First you want it like the old days, then you don't. What do you want? I think you want to like the old days. Because back in the old days, Mr. Market determined how things worked on the planet Earth. Mr. Market was a market force, not some central bank, hedge fund, crony bank, horse, right? Never forget, it's not about the meme coins. It's that he did the meme coins with a room full of donors who paid $1 million to be there who didn't know about the meme coin. That's why the meme coin was a big deal, right? They dropped it without those people, which means I can do it without you and you can do it without them too. See, that's the hidden thing that people are missing. What happens if this thing takes off and you perhaps waited? Now, there's always another chance to get in. There's always a chance to get in, right? The stock market went up for years and years and years and years, right? You get your 40% correction every now and then, but, the stock market generally goes up. So it's not like you didn't have a chance, right? Anita, thank you for becoming a member. You get your chance, but why would you miss this one? Like, why would you miss it when it's so ready to go? When they sell the fact and sell the fact and sell the fact, and it doesn't go down. It's not going down. This is the lesson of the total 3 chart. Like, there's been a lot of passionate analysis on the market update. The dispassionate analysis is that whatever this is, which is altcoins, is at resistance, and it has not backed off since Thanksgiving. Everyone wants to sell the fact, but it's not backing off. And this is altcoins without ETH. Again, if ETH ever got involved, or if XRP and Cardano ever exploded. In other words, I think we got to ask ourselves a question, right? Like, ETH has its problems. I'm not going to get off Solana's case until they find my $50. So do we got any layer ones out there that actually work? Now, I don't know if Cardano is one of those layer ones, but I can tell you right now, people, as soon as we find one that does, well, that's a trade that hasn't been done yet. That hasn't been done at all. I mean, yeah, they did the SUI trade. That was a big trade, but that may not be done. Are we saying that, things are overvalued? Because as far as I'm concerned, unless the market value of something is greater than 250 billion, it's not overvalued. Like, I would actually stretch it even farther. If you look a 1-year horizon, whatever ETH's market cap is today, okay, like, you can talk to me after something flips ETH. Imagine if Trump flipped ETH. Imagine if it was like, literally, it was like Bitcoin, XRP, and Trump. And there were guys on that original Trump token, right? As a guy I used to work with, there were 2 or 3 guys who thought that token could achieve stratospheric market values. Now, I pushed back a little, right? Because I was like, if anyone's going to capture this area under the demand, the area under the demand curve in economics nerd terms, it would be the orange man, which he did. Wow, Donald Trump's meme coins down 30% after his inauguration comments. Do not mention crypto or meme coins. Okay. Again, I love this kind of stuff because people in crypto think that it's someone else's job to pump their bags. It's not. But what he's doing is he's showing leadership, right? Like, what was he supposed to do? My fellow Americans, We owe $37 trillion. And big countries out there want to erase us off the planet with hypersonic missiles and running robots. But let's pump your bags to start. No, of course not. Okay. The thing is, it's not a bull market until you can buy a dip and make money. So when the Solana network is jammed because people are trying to get in, that's not the buy point, right? The buy point is if they wreck it and everybody goes, it's over, and it holds, just like Total 3, right? If they wreck these things or they hit them and then someone comes back and buys them, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is for real. Can you imagine, right? Like all these meme coin guys, like just bear with me for a second, right? SPX 6900. You know what? Let's pull it up. Let's just pull it up. All these coins, right? Like SPX 6900. You know, GOAT, FART, all kinds of massive market cap meme coins. Let's try FART instead. All of these coins had to go down and withstand heavy retracements before they actually went higher, right? So FART withstood a retracement. This was a deep retracement in FART. And some of these other ones, I think the one in GOAT was actually deeper. You have to deal with deep retracements to make money in meme coins. It's incredible how difficult it is to find just the right contract address by typing it in. So again, here's GOAT at 250 million. GOAT on a daily chart enduring a retracement as we speak. All of these meme coins do these 62 or 78% retracements, and they're not real coins until they survive. If you want the 100x, a lot of times you have to live with that kind of a process. Okay. Let's see what we got in here. Good morning, Bill. Is Ondo good? Yes. Quant going crazy on Moonshot app. Okay, let's check it out. Tell you what. You have these made in America, you know, ISO, I call them 2222 coins. I know that that's not the right acronym. I think they're also called boomer coins. Okay. So QNT, again, you see how they slam the market into support? Like, I mean, they're slamming it. They're slamming it. They're slamming it. Let them slam it, right? Let them test the coins. Let them test you. Some of them had 13 bottoms, and this decline was organic. It's all right. It's okay, right? It's okay if the market trades. Everyone wants up only. You don't get up only in really big trends. So Ondo has a token unlock. So every time it goes up, it's being sold. That's what's happening right now. Now, what happens if they continue to sell it when they run out of stuff to sell? They're selling it, but it's not going lower. That seems very interesting to me, right? That seems very interesting to me. This is an Elon tweet. The return of the king. Account suspended. Back in business. Okay. So I think Mark USA, welcome. That's the new account for the Orange Man as president. Okay. Some concluding thoughts. Expect volatility. If they sell, and you need to buy, don't be afraid. That's the most important thing. Build a smart portfolio, right? Don't FOMO into meme coins. See if you can buy meme coins on a dip. So you can buy everything on a dip, because one day, the day he mentions all this and you wake up, it's just gone. Now, we end with ETH. Someone asking, is there any hope for ETH? ETH is kind of like the new XRP in a way. It's funny. Everyone's like, is there any hope? Is there any hope? There's hope. There's hope because they got to build Web3. We just demonstrated that. And somebody besides World Liberty Financial is coming into DeFi. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Here's ETH. Now, ETH on a daily chart. Actually, ETH on a 2-day chart is interesting because it's sitting right on top of equilibrium. So ETH is in a state of balance, which I'm okay with, right? Balance is good. It's better than being overbought. I don't think you have to get too excited about ETH being too much until it's at 42.26. And I would say if there was ever a case for ETH, Algorand, Cardano, Sui, Avalanche, all of these layer ones, right? Like Solana had the future of money in its hand and dropped the ball on Melania. Now, the good news is when Solana comes back online, Solana will get stronger because they messed up Melania. They will get their act together. Phone calls will be made. You definitely want to get yourself in the YouTube member area. Our podcasts, our charts, our timing, our sector analysis, this whole idea about 50% retracements. Toby Ward calls the return of celebrity meme coins. She called the Solana up move. She said there would be new coins coming out. It's almost scary. Please join us. That's it for today. Have a good holiday. We'll see you tomorrow.